the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
Good morning and happy Vlogmas. It is another day of Vlogmas. As you saw, we got to watch the sunrise over the water, and now we're doing like a little walk before breakfast is served at 9. Our intention was to come out here much earlier, but we needed to stop at the ATM to pay the bed and breakfast, and we drove around for what, 30 minutes to 900 different places looking for an ATM until finally this happened to us last night too. I don't know if I had said it, but like every time I would put like gas station into the GPS, it would take us to places that weren't gas stations in Apple Maps. Everywhere that wasn't a gas station last night, and then today it took us everywhere that wasn't an ATM until we finally went to a bank, and then that bank that it brought us to didn't have an ATM, but luckily there was a bank next to that bank, and that bank had an ATM. Thankfully. Otherwise we would have been screwed. But now we're doing our lake walk, our waterside walk. We're hoping to do a little bit more before breakfast, but it's okay. Just trying to walk along the water and just have a nice refreshing morning walk before 9 a.m. and we'll have breakfast, and then we'll probably head out. We were gonna do the cold plunge sauna experience, but like I said last night, it's like $127 per person, and we have a cold plunge sauna like thing at our gym already, so it's like not worth it. I wanted to cold plunge into the lake, but it's just, I don't want to pay somebody $127 when the water's like right here. Like to use their little like ladder into the water. So unless, what do you think, I cold plunge in there right now, honey? I climb.
You do it in the falls.
What?
You do it in the falls. Grand Mary's back.
That's true. But I'm saying now, if we climb down the rocks and I jump in.
Have fun. I'm not.
It's like, I'm not doing any of that. That's it. We'll probably head home and we'll probably start decorating for Christmas today. It's like a 2-hour, 15-minute drive back home. We already like packed up our bags, and then we've done everything that there is to see here, which was like nice. We did it all yesterday, plus saw the lights. We took a nap and we slept, or I slept for a full 8 hours. And Caleb fell asleep before me and slept longer than me. So clearly he needed the sleep. Because he's still, are you still tired?
A little bit.
Yeah, so see, I feel like London will either be really good for us and we'll sleep a lot, or we'll be like on the go. Are you good?
Yeah.
You keep turning around and freaking me out. But, yep. And now I'll just give you good views of the lake.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. O'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
We are on this road for 131 miles straight, and we headed back to the city from our little northern getaway, I would say. And it was really nice. So the Christmas lights were really nice and just exploring everything. So now we're headed back. It says we'll be there by like 12:45. We had breakfast this morning, and Jim, one of the owners, gave me his wife, I forget what was his wife's name already. I want to say Pam because Jim and Pam from the office. I think it was like Joan.
Yeah.
Yes, Joan. He gave Joan's recipes because yesterday that French toast dish was probably the best French toast I've ever had for a gluten-free like breakfast item. And then today we had this like egg quiche and another like fruit platter, and then we also had these I can't speak. I also have never had rhubarb before until this year. We found it at like the market and it was very sour, but they made these gluten-free rhubarb muffins and I ate myself to the point of like I'm like feeling sick. Like that's how good those rhubarb muffins were. And then he was telling me, because he has celiac, I don't have celiac, but I have like a very like I'm not celiac, but I do have like a, what's the best word to say, like a gluten sensitivity, but not like a gluten sensitivity like a person where you like eat it and ooh, you're like stomach's a little bit upset. Now like I'm down for the count. Yeah, so he was telling me all the good recipes, and his wife had like a bunch of recipes, and they like he went and like photocopied them. So I'm very excited. Maybe that will be another day of Vlogmas of trying to recreate Joan's recipes from the bed and breakfast. And that truly did feel like staying at the Dragonfly Inn. It was just a very Gilmore Girls-esque moment. Now we're getting back into our routine. Gotta go grocery shopping today. I have like a dinner party with the girls tomorrow night, so I need to figure out what I'm making. And that's about it. So I'm probably gonna read a little bit in the car because I'm at a good part of my book right now, and then yeah, we'll be home in about 2 hours. So I'll see ya on the way. Are officially back from the grocery store, and I thought I'd give you a haul. The house is a mess because now we've re-entered and brought our mess here, but I got a bouquet because that was a part of the friendsgiving items to bring. And then, like I said, for my non-meat eaters, because I'm a main dish maker, I got tofu, and then I'm going to be doing kind of like a soy sauce, like sweet chili, like crunchy baked tofu. And so, yes, I know that says coconut aminos, but I just decided to get coconut aminos instead because I don't want to be wasteful, and we use coconut aminos more than we use soy sauce. And then, of course, we use the sweet chili sauce as well. And then I'm still making the chicken non-dairy just so that way we're still like appealing to the meat eaters but the non-dairy people. So I have coconut cream, coconut milk, and then dairy-free Parmesan shreds. And then I've got tomato paste because I'm going to be doing a crock pot meat chicken. And then I've got the California sun-dried tomatoes. I've got 2, I guess, boxes per se of the low sodium chicken broth. And then the recipe called for 5 cloves of garlic. I never know how much 5 cloves is, but I'm guessing there's no way that it's more than this whole row of garlic. And then because there is a few people who are meat eaters, I think 2 things of tofu should be good. And then I got 2, 4, almost 6 pounds of chicken thigh, which I feel like is plenty for the non-meat eaters. I mean, for the meat eaters, goodness. Tonight I'll most likely put the chicken thigh in the crock pot because I have like multiple doctor's appointments in the morning. Like I have a blood draw at 8, then I have to see the specialist at 9, then I have to go to the pharmacy afterwards, then I don't know if I have to actually go see like my actual like family medicine provider after I see the specialist. So it's quite a busy morning for me. And I'm guessing I probably won't be home till like 12 or 1, and the friendsgiving is at 5:30, so I want this to be able to like cook in the crock pot for a decent time. So we'll put this together tonight. Our girl dinner, little get together tomorrow, and then I'll probably do the tofu tomorrow, and then that be the last thing that I need to do. But otherwise now I'm probably going to take the boys out for WALK.
8:01 p.m.
We're about to make me the Marry Me chicken thigh, and this is my little recipe book. And I cannot wait to put the recipe from Jim and Joan, their recipes in here. And it actually makes me feel so good because I feel like one of the things that I feel is like a dying art per se, or like something that's dying off that I really want to kind of like keep going in my life is meeting people and like continuing recipes. I feel like homemade food and just recipes and family recipes, like people's tried and true favorite recipes, are something that I love so much. And like having someone else's recipe that I can pass down and like have memories with and for, and like to say where I was in my life, to maybe one day pass this down to my niece or just, you know, somebody else in my life. It just honestly holds like a special place in my heart. And I feel like food in itself kind of tells a story about people and like what you share around the table. Get out my 5 to 6 pounds of chicken thigh. Also, I finished one of the Christmas books that I started reading while I was on the treadmill, and I was just so mad at the ending. It was the 12 Dates of Christmas. And can we just talk about how from like the first chapter, I predicted the ending. Like I was talking to Caleb about the book the entire time, and I was just like, this book just feels so predictable. I feel like she's going to be pining after this guy. The main character's name was Kate. And I was like, I feel like she's going to be pining after Matt the whole time. And like the whole book's going to be about him. And then I got really annoyed at some points where like she would be on like dates and she'd be like, all I can think about is Matt. And like, it was so repetitive to the point where it was like, okay, this book is getting really like boring because all you hear is Kate's inner monologue of how much she wants to be with Matt. And then it's to the point where he has no other personality trait than being an asshole. And like, they were childhood friends, they had a good time together. But as an adult, all of her experiences with him, he's been a complete a-hole to her. Other than like the fact that like when she goes out on these dates with all these men, he's kind of like protective over her. And it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of weird. And I'm like, I feel like you're not giving me like more background. You give me more background on the men that she goes on in these like dates, and what eventually like they joke around and call like the 12 dates of Shagmas. But at the end of the day, Matt had no like characteristic qualities to be like, oh, I'm so glad they got a second chance at love. Like there was none of that for me. Like I felt nothing of that sort. So when the book finished and it was just like, she came into he like owns a cafe. It was his mother's cafe, and his mother and sister passed away when he was in college. And so he took it over recently. Anyways, he's afraid of birds. There was a bird that got in there. She saved him from a bird, a grown-ass man. 6-foot man afraid of a partridge in a pear tree, because the cafe is called the Pear Tree. And she saves him from a bird, and he says, "Don't go." And then, you know, kisses her, and she storms off, and then it's happily ever after. The book was so slow, so dense, and then like that's how you end it? Like, no. I was very upset. I'm not somebody to give 2 or 1-star ratings, because I did read it all the way to the end, even though like it drove me crazy the whole time, but I did finish it, and I gave it like 3 point something stars. I went crazy for Vlogmas this year, and this year's Vlogmas giveaways are 2 beautiful Kate Spade bags that are filled with Amika products, Tarte, gift cards to Ulta. I mean, I've got NYX products in here, eyeshadow palettes, beauty blenders, and I also have some surprises coming at the end of Vlogmas. So if you want to win one of these giveaways, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, like and comment on every single video of Vlogmas, so that will count for 1 entry each day. And then if you want an extra 50 entries, you can be the person who comments the most comments under other people's comments, and then that will get you an extra 50 entries per day if you are the one who comments the most. Okay, so the person who comments the most under other people's comments can get and earn an extra 50 entries, and then you can get an extra 40 entries by being the person who has the most comments underneath your comment. That does not mean that you keep commenting underneath your comment. It has to be other people. So just wanted to clarify on that. And yeah, let's get back to the video. 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm just gonna predict the salt here. Being so bad right now with my own recipe, and I'm just like eyeing it. Okay, I'm missing the pepper. I really want to like get in here and mix the seasonings on the rest of the chicken that's in here. Okay, I feel like I've got like a good mix here now that I can take these off. And then, all right, so now for my step 2, I've got to add in the liquids, which is pouring in 1.5 cups of chicken broth, 1 tablespoon of tomato paste, and 5 cloves of minced garlic. Thank you to past me, because I did not feel like mincing garlic right now and chopping all that up. Here's 1/4. Oh shoot. 1/2 tablespoon of tomato paste. It's not perfect. Like usually perfect, you level it out, but this is just gonna go. Do you know how much, like how many tablespoons? I'm like asking you like we're on FaceTime, and it'd be great if you could tell me how many tablespoons is 5 cloves of garlic. How many tablespoons or teaspoons is 5 cloves of minced garlic? 1/2 tablespoons. Yeah, okay. And that's 1/2. Okay. And now we're literally just gonna cook this on low for about 8 hours. It's 9:30, so it kind of works out perfectly, because in the morning, that's when I'm gonna go back and create like the thickening like sauce with the arrowroot powder. This is gonna go on low for the next 8 hours, but if you're at home and you're wanting to cook it really quickly, you can put it on high for 4 hours. But we're just an overnight group here. And I'm gonna clean up the kitchen a little bit and then take Trunks out and probably lay down here in a few minutes, because it's 9:30 and I've got to be up pretty early because I have to do some fasted labs.
Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing.